So I'm the type of guy that is very good at drawing lessons from the situations in my life. I'm very good at finding the hidden lesson in everything. So in today's episode, because this is what I've done and I've just finished, I'm going to talk about a lesson that I learned from a video game, and I'm that kind of guy that can take a lesson from a video game. That's how optimized for self-development and self-improvement and self-growth I've kind of become. I now find lessons in video games which are not designed for you to have like deep life lessons. They're kind of designed to just keep you entertained, right? And I play video games, right? And if you are familiar with a lot of the stuff I talk about on this show, are video games a part of the problem? Are they a part of the distractions? Are they a part of what's stopping me from reaching another level? I'm not sure. I don't think so. But then again, I could also be biased. And I don't play that many games. I was just playing through my favorite game, Pokemon. And I love the way the game is kind of structured. And I was playing through Pokemon Scarlet, which is the most recent, like not really the most recent, but like it's the most recent like mainstream mainline game type of thing, whatever you want to call it. Because there was one more that recently released, but I didn't have like the same level of fun I had in that one in comparison to Pokemon Scarlet. So I played it when it first came out. It came out in 2022. It's actually been quite a while since I last played through it. So I decided to go through and play through it again because actually tomorrow there's going to be the first announcement for the new game. So like in kind of excitement and preparation for that, I'm super excited for it. So in this kind of excitement for it, I decided to play through another playthrough of Pokemon Scarlet. And well, the main thing of the game, and here's the lesson I learned from it. The main premise of the game is you're going on this treasure hunt. You're trying to find this treasure. You're finding this greatest treasure. And then in the game, you have three separate storylines that you go to and that you do throughout the main story of the game. And then other people that you meet along the way, like they find their treasure in their friends, in their bonds with their Pokemon, their bonds with people around them, rivals, and in the spirit of competition. People find their treasures in all of those things. And as the main protagonist, you probably find your treasure somewhere, in the midst of all of it. But like what it's saying and the lesson that I've kind of taken is that that's kind of what we're all trying to do. We're all trying to find this treasure, and we're all on our own individual treasure hunts in this world. What fulfills us? What gives us purpose? What gives us drive? What keeps us going? Right? What keeps us alive? What makes us feel alive? And what fulfills us truly deeply within? We're all trying to find these things. But at the same time, where the game gets it wrong, and where it's maybe limited in its kind of self improvement lessons you can take from it, it's limited because it's just a video game. What it's limited in is the fact that everyone that plays the game goes through the exact same experience. Everyone that plays the game is the same protagonist. Even if you hadn't played the game yet and you don't know what happens and the crazy twists and turns are like super surprising to you, which they were for the first time for me, and obviously playing through the second time I now know what's going to happen. I'm just playing through it because I enjoy it and it was a good experience still. But regardless, as the protagonist, you're going through the exact same story. Whereas us in our lives, what our treasures are, what our story is, what fulfills us will be completely different to each individual person. It's not going to be exactly the same. In the game, it will be kind of exactly the same because you're playing the same storyline throughout it all. But in our lives, it's not going to be the same. And the treasure you find, the treasure, you will use that, and it doesn't have to be one specific thing. It can be a variety of different experiences and life moments, but you have to go out and look for it. You kind of have to go out and go out into the wilderness, right? That's what you do in the game. You go into the main city, you meet a few people, you start the storylines, and then you're just kind of thrust out there. You're thrown out there into the wilderness, figuring out which way you want to go, what direction you want to move in. And that's kind of the same thing with life. And I understand that the reason why video games are addictive is because the characters in games are going through these crazy experiences that are way better than your own life that you would wish you went through, but you never did. So because of the action involved and all that stuff, you kind of get hooked into it. It's a similar type of concept to why people get hooked into TV shows, all that kind of stuff. Because I understand the way the games work, but I also enjoy them myself. So I kind of battle with this. Is it bad for me to enjoy games? Is it hindering me or not? I don't know. I don't think it is, but then again, I also could be biased. But the lessons learned from the games are there if you really look for them. And yes, in the game, it's completely different. You have Pokemon, you go through a bunch of experiences, you meet a bunch of people, and it's super fun and engaging, plot twists and turns. But in our lives, it absolutely can be possible to have something similar in our lives too. You go out there into the wilderness, you go out there and try new things and get outside your comfort zone and meet new people and find new experiences to eventually get to the point where you find that greatest treasure that fills you up in your life. So that is I think what we have to work towards. Of course, you always have to be careful, right? You have to be careful because I'm a religious person, I'm a Christian, and I know that our Lord Jesus Christ once said, "Where your treasure is, there will your heart be also." So you can fall into the trap of optimizing too much for seeking this earthly treasure and the earthly treasures. Then you get to the point where you think you found what you want, and then you can very easily get to that point and not actually feel fulfilled because you were just pursuing the wrong things. So you have to tread that line, tread those waters, and find that balance. But I think the lesson from this Pokemon game, this whole concept of seeking the treasure, finding that thing that fills you up, that gives you deep purpose in your life, is something we could very easily take in our lives, each and every one of us. So that's why I wanted to share it with you because I did just finish the playthrough, and now I'm super hyped for the next games that are going to be talked about and teased, and the first trailer is going to come out tomorrow. So I'm pretty excited for that. But even playing through video games, you can find, if you really look for it, you can find that lesson. And I think Pokemon Scarlet is just such an amazing game. Like, a lot of people gave it hate because of the graphics issues and like some performance issues, some glitches in the beginning. I personally never had those issues, but I really love the story. I really love the way things were developed, and it's kind of it's a message in a Pokemon game that really isn't anywhere else in any other Pokemon game. That like you have this real deep rooted purpose that maybe is something beyond just forming bonds with your Pokemon, which is what it usually is, and it's super detailed in the developments of characters and how it works. So I look at it and it's like, yeah, you can absolutely relate it to your life if you choose to go out there and pursue greater things and try and have different experiences and step outside that comfort zone to try and make it happen. Again, in the game, the results will always be the same, but in your lives, it'll be completely different based on each individual person. So, wherever your treasure is, you got to go out and find it. And like, yeah, in the game as well, the character I think the character comes from another country, like they just moved in, right? And they're going to school. They're going to school at the academy, and the academy is what starts the treasure hunt, which is like this yearly ISU project to go out and seek things. If all schools in today's world had like ISU projects, like culminative study projects, being go out and explore the world and come back and tell me what your treasure is, then I think the world will be a better place. But unfortunately, schools today, they don't do that. You're stuck in a classroom. But in the game, you're not. But still, the lessons from the game say that this character, this protagonist, very much from start to finish, was so far outside of their comfort zone and was going into things and experiencing things that they didn't know what to expect. They had no idea what they were going to do. They leave their house and they meet a good friend who is their rival for the whole story. They meet the legendary Pokemon that kind of helps them, and again, the development and character arcs are very cool. But this character from start to finish is going through new situations, new circumstances, and things that are moving him in one direction or the other. And you can absolutely look at that from afar and say, like, that can be you as well. It's not the same because it's not Pokemon, but I think if you take away like the nuances, which there are a lot of, because it is just a game and it's flawed in what you can take from it. But if you take away all the nuances, for you to find that treasure is to go outside of your comfort zone, and it is to pursue things that you're not, you're a little bit fearful of, right? You push through those fears to find the treasure on the other side. And maybe you get there and it's not something, so then you go do something else. Maybe it's not what you were looking for, so you go there and you do something, it doesn't work out, so you can move forward and do something else, something different that will hopefully eventually have you find that treasure. But I think for a game to have some deep rooted lesson like that is really it really is testament to how good the game is, and that's why I play through it again. That's why I enjoy it. Sue me if you think playing video games is such a bad thing. Like, sue me, dude. But I think it is a lesson for what we're supposed to do in our lives, to try and cultivate big experiences and things that make us feel alive and make us look and find that treasure that fills us up and gives us real, deep human purpose. And that's what I think what we're all trying to do every single day in this world. So, having watched this video, having listened to what I'm talking about with regards to this Pokemon game and relating some of the lessons from it to how you can go at it in real life, the biggest message is face your fears. Go outside of your comfort zone. Find the things that make you fulfilled. Find the things that truly fill you up and give you real purpose. Truly seek that treasure in your life. Find the balance and find what works for you. Don't maybe don't go too far, but find the balance that works for you in pursuing new things, new experiences, extraordinary experiences. That's why people love to travel the world, because traveling the world is an extraordinary experience, because you're experiencing new things all the time. You're expanding your horizons. You're experiencing new cultures, new people, probably meeting a bunch of new people as well. That's why traveling's so good. And I speak from experience. Like, traveling is good. You get to experience so much more in the world. And if you haven't watched one of the videos I made like last week, which was about all the different people I met from different countries around the world, I've met a lot of people from many different countries and different cultures. So just expanding that horizon has truly given me some great experiences to look back on in my own life. So what I say, on this pursuit of that treasure, of that thing that fills you up the most, go out there and experience things that maybe make you a little bit scared. Go out there and experience things that are truly great and extraordinary, and make it happen, right? Right? Your life doesn't have to be all outsourced into video games. And even if the Pokemon game is super good, your life doesn't have to be outsourced to that, because your life's not good enough and it's boring. So you have to play games or watch shows or watch movies, action movies to make you feel good, but actually your life is really boring. So you're offsetting that. It doesn't have to be that way. You can go out there. You just have to push through those fears and step outside of your comfort zone to make it happen. So, as I leave you off with this message of going outside of your comfort zone and experiencing great things and writing that story for yourself and seeking that treasure, I believe you'll find it. And I believe you'll find it if you truly go out there and you try and make it happen. Live your life with as little regrets as possible. If you're in a fearful situation and you're like, oh, I don't know if this will be a good decision for me, think about it. What would you regret more, doing it or not doing it? And hopefully try and make a good decision from there. But I truly encourage you to go pursue the extraordinary, go pursue something great. Your life doesn't have to be simple and easy and boring, and it doesn't have to fit within the lines of what society considers normality. It can really be something truly extraordinary if you want it to be. But that is your decision, to go out there and pursue your treasure, pursue what fulfills you, what gives you purpose in your life. That is your decision each and every day when you wake up in the morning. So I encourage you to do so. Go pursue the extraordinary. Go write your story each and every day and make something truly great and find that treasure for yourself in your own life. So thank you for watching this episode. I know it was a little bit shorter and a little bit all over the place, but I really did want to go on a little bit of a rant and a little bit of a talk about Pokemon Scarlet, the game I just played. Because even if it's a video game, I think the lessons from it are still worth sharing. And if you look at your life with the lens of there's this treasure that I'm trying to seek and achieve, I think it's a good start. That you find something that is greater than yourself and something that actually fills you up and gives you purpose. I think that's a good step to moving forward and to truly living a good life. And that's what we're all trying to do. And that's what I'm trying with these podcasts and episodes, to help you, rationalize and give you some ideas as to how you can do that. So that is really my goal, to do that, and of course to glorify God in all of it as well. Try my best here. So I really hope that you enjoyed it, as much as it was a little bit of a unique, different type of a concept relating it to a video game. But I think there's some very good, valuable lessons in it. So I hope you enjoyed it. And I ask that if you do, and if you're still here, first of all, I appreciate you for being here. I ask that you like the video, subscribe on YouTube, and follow on Spotify. If you haven't yet, show your support. I really do appreciate those that are still here. And if you're still here, and if you're already subscribed, I appreciate you as well. So I'm going to continue making an episode every single day for 365 days. So with that being said, I'll see you tomorrow for the very next episode of the 365 podcast.